we start the second session. In the first session, we have seen the functions as well as the modules, two things. In this section, we will discuss about the string data type as well as the regular expression, which is mostly used for the different kind of searching, replacement, programming. So as we see in any of the programming language, the data can be stored or the information can be stored in different ways. So the ways like is considered as a data type. Like if we want to store any of the numerical value, so for that we need an integer type of data. If we want to store any kind of floating point value, so we need a floating data. Similarly, we have the data in other language like character and string, but the Python does not support or does not have the character data. It has only the string. In the string, we can store any of the single character as well as the multiple characters. If we are storing single character in any of the variables, so that will be considered as a string with the length 1. And with only one character can be stored on that. So here the text or generally like any of the numerical value or the floating value we want to store in the form of a string or the text, that is also possible. So the text represented in program by the string data type. So we have here the string data type, like other data type you have seen, the integer data type. You have seen that it is for the numerical values. Similarly, we have the list data type, we have the tuple, dictionary, and so on. So here the string data type is available in the Python where we can store single as well as the multiple characters together. As we see, there is no character primitive data type. So we will use the string for storing the characters also. So now how we can store the strings? If we have the numbers, so we can store like this. If x is my variable, on that if I want to store numerical value 10, so x equals to 10 directly we can store. In the same way, we can store any of the string value in any variable, but for that we have to use the parenthesis. In the quotation marks, so like you can see, both the quotation marks we have either single quotes or double quotes. So inside the double quotes, if you are writing something, or in the single quotation we are writing something, so both will be considered as the string. Like I have written hello, x equals to hello. So this x is considering as a string data type. So how we can check it? So by the type function we have, by using that we can check what is the class type of this particular variable x. So it will bring a string. That means we have stored the string value inside this. Similarly, sometimes you have seen this, instead of double quotes, simple single quotes is available like hello. So again, this single quotes is considering as a string. Both have the same thing. So either you are writing the double quotation mark or single quotation mark, doesn't matter. Both are considered as a string. So how we can define the string data type? So here are some of the examples, like str1 is my variable on which I am storing the hello. In the double quotation, in this another variable I have str2 in which I'm storing the word in the single quotes. Like so, both is having the string, and even we can perform various operations on these values. So that will be see here, which is considered as the various methods or function on the string object. So here, sorry, whatever the string values we are storing in a variable, they all are considered as the string object. Like this str1 is considered as a string object. So on that, this object, we can perform various operations, and we have the various methods with related to this particular string object. So first thing, if you want to print the string, so just we have seen the print function, and two string objects or two values I want to print, so we can combine by the comma, separated by the comma. So first variable is str1, second variable is str2. Even with this variable, if we have any of the particular message, so we can group that. Like, hi, I have written, this is the first one. Then after comma, I can write the str1. After comma, again, I can write something, message, comma, str2. That is possible. So the comma is separated for various different variables. Even this hi is one string, but it is not in any particular variable. Just str1 and str2 are my two variables. On that, the values are stored. To check its class, what kind of value it stores. So the type function we have, just type, and on that we can pass any of the object. So if it contains any string, so it will say the class of a string. Similarly, type of str2 is again the class is string. If one thing we have seen to storing the values. So for that, what we have done, we have just given the values or the information inside the double quotes or in the single quote. This is one way of assigning values. Another way, we can get the values or information from the user, and that can be stored in a particular variable. For that, we have seen the function input. Similarly, like we are taking any of the input, like integer, float, string can also be stored in any variable. So by default, whatever we are typing from the console means the command prompt from where we type some inputs. So that input is considered by default as a string. So in this example, you can see first name is my string object. On that, I want to store a value. So input function I have used here, and inside that any of the message you can give. So one message I have passed here, please enter your name. So when this line will be executed, so this please enter your name column. This will be display or appear on my screen, and this cursor will be blink here. So we can pass anything here. Like in this example, I have written the KRISHNA. So this information or this particular group of characters will be stored in this variable first name. When I print this, so this value which store inside this variable will be printed with some other message. So this is my complete output. In earlier examples also we have seen, if you want to get any of the other values like integer or float you want to get, so for that we have to use the function in front of this input. Why? Because anything we are typing from the console input, that will be stored or that will be considered as a string only. The by default input is string. Now string has to be converted in the numbers, like x equals to we are writing here. So that int function we are using in front of input, like this input, enter any number. This one. So here you can see input function I'm using. So this function will read a value in string form. So this string has to be converted in integer. So suppose I'm passing this 10. So now x is storing 10, but this 10 is numerical on which we can perform the computation. Similarly, y equals to another value if you want to take. So if I write x plus y, so it will give me 30. When I'm using this int function. If I will not use this function and directly apply this input function, so input enter any number, even 10 I'm passing. So 10 will be stored in x. Y can contain 20, and when I print x plus y, so the output would be like this 10, 20, not the 30. Why? Because this 10 is stored in the string object as a string, not the numbers. So plus can be on the numbers as well as the strings. This plus is known as the string concatenation. Concatenate. Okay, so we are adding, or we are combining two different strings together. The operation is known as concatenation. So for that, plus operator is used. But if we want to make these numbers as an integer or float, so we have to use the function as I used here, the integer. Similarly, float function can be used. So floating value can be used like 1.2568. In this way, I want to make store the values which have the decimal values. Now, how the string values are storing? Because in this example, we are able to pass any of the value or any of the message or string from the keyboard. So that will be stored in somewhere in the variables forms. So how it will be stored, which is known as the indexing. Or we can access the group of characters individually. So how we can store, like hello we have given, hello, hello. So this is my string. On that, we can say this is first character, second character, third character, fourth, and fifth character. So 5 characters. The group of 5 characters is combining together and making one string object. Now, I want this individual character from here, like H, from this string object. So how we can do that? So we can do that by the indexing. we can access the individual characters in a string through the indexing. Like the first one is this H, second is E, then third is L, then L, and this O. So individual characters. And this is indexing is what? Indexing is something like this. Indexing is talking about the places of the character or position of the characters. And in most of the languages, this indexing start with the 0. C, Java, we talk about that also. So it is starting with the 0. There are some few certain languages where the indexing start with the 1. But Python also supports the indexing from 0. That means the edge is stored in the 0th position of this particular string. E is stored on the first position of this particular string. L and 2 and 2 and 3 and this 4. So indexing, this is the index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 for storing the hello. Now our question is first, we want to get any of the elements. So suppose I want to get this L. So L is the index number is 2. So we can say the second position element. If I extract the second position element from this particular object, so it will give me the L. And how is this is the general format for a string. This is a string object we have to give. After that, this expression is the index number. This index number, whatever the index number we will pass through this string object, we will get that particular character from that position. And indexing is always start from the left to right, like this left to right. So that's why we have started the indexing 0 in the first character, 1 on the second, 2, and so on. So if str1 is containing this hello string, so it would become like this indexing 0, 1, 2, 3. So this first character is having indexing 1, 0, this 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if I want to extract any of the characters, so this is my object as we have written here string. And inside this braces, we will write the index number like 0. So I have written the str1, 0. So that means the 0th character or give the character which is stored in the 0 position with the print statement. If we write like this, so the output is like H because we are extracting the first character from the 0th position. Similarly, if I write here the 1 position, so it will give me the E, second character. So the one index number is representing to E character. So you can see the how actually the strings are storing in the system. If any of the variable we have, so the index, this number is known as the index number, and these are the character sequencing. The first character, second character, hello Bob, we have given here. Also the space in between two of the two words, we have the space. The space is also considering one index number. So like for the space, this 5 is allocated. So you can see in the example, greet, this is one variable, string type of variable. On that we have stored this string. So in the system, this will store in this way. 0, 1, 2 is up to 8 characters because hello is containing 5, Bob is 3, and 1, this is 10. So we are starting from 0, so 0 to 8, that is total 9 characters we have stored. Now extracting the individual characters, as I told you, so we have to write the index number. This is my string object, great. And with that, the position. 0th position means the first character, it is giving me H as an output. Similarly, grade 0, grade 2, and 4. So 0th position means H element, second position means L, fourth position means O. So H, L, O, this is my output. Individual characters we are extracting from this particular string object. Now in the another example, x equals to 8. X is my variable which contains the number 8. And what I want here, grade x minus 2, because in the previous example, we have written here the A expression. So not only the numbers, we can give the expression as well here. So expression means some kind of computation. So the word x is having the 8 minus 2, this evaluation will be done. So it will come to 6, then grade 6. So in the 6th position, we have capital B. So that capital B will be printed on our screen. So we have seen here how we can store the string information in particular variables, which is known as the string objects, and we can extract the individual characters from that string. We have the negative indexing also, like indexing started from left to right. That means in this way, left to right we are moving, so indexing a sign in this way. And the negative indexing started in the reverse order. So the reverse order means right to left. This is the right side. Right to left, if we move, so the indexing started. So that will be like -1 is the last one, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8, and -9. So in a string of n characters, the last character is at position n -1, since we start counting with 0. So because we have started from 0, so we have these what n characters like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 minus 1, total 8 indexing values we have, as we have seen here. We can index from the right side using negative indexes. Okay. If we are not moving left to right, we are moving right to left. So also we can get the indexing. Like here, grade -1 I have given here. So -1 means small b in this one. It is 20, -3. You can see the -3 when it will come. So -3 is capital B. In the same way, we can get all the values. So string objects are storing the different characters, and the characters either can be read from the left to right, can be read from right to left, or directly we can get any of the value at any position. Like directly if I write here, grade 4, so it will give me the O. So any character we can extract. So we have two options, left to right as well as right to right. So indexing in the positive directions, left to right, starting from the 0, and opposite side, right to left, indexing is started from the -1. The indexing returns a string containing a single character. When we are getting like x0, so what x0 is doing, it is giving me the character which stores in the 0th position. It is known as the indexing. It returns the string containing the single character at a time from the larger string. Another terms is known as the slicing or substring. For that, we can also access a continuous sequence of characters. For example, we have written here the hello. So this is my complete string. Out of this complete string, I want this three sequence of characters, HEL. This is known as the substring, because individual characters is a single characters. X0, that means H, but I want group of characters. That means 3 characters, 4 characters, 5 characters among the larger string. So that continuous sequence of characters is known as the either substring. And the process of extracting it, because we have the 5 characters, out of 5 characters, we are extracting 3. So this process is known as the slicing. Two things there. This result output in which the multiple or the group of characters are combined is known as the substring. And by the process which we are getting this substring is known as the slicing. So slicing can be, you can understand very well. For example, we have this is any of the object and we cut it from this place. So what we are doing here, we are getting a slice of this. Suppose there is some mango, and the mango we are cutting from the upper corner part. So this is the slices we are making, multiple slices. In the same way, what we are doing, in the same way, we have the particular string. From that, we are extracting the different. Sorry. From the same way, we are getting the substring by using the slicing method. Now the thing is what? Slicing we understand. Well, how we'll do that? So we have this string, so we can slice by using this following syntax. This is the syntax. You can see. We have this string and this position, start and end. So start and end is showing here, you start, like the hello we have written. So we need these 3 sequence of character, 3 characters, HEL. And based on this indexing number, because 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 indexing we have, so you start from 0 up to 2, like this. We can understand this way. Indexing, this start point is talking from where or from which point you have to start the extraction and at which point you have to stop here. So like if I write 0 to 2, that means it will give me the 3 value. And the start and the end should both be in the integer form, because the indexing always in the numbers, and the numbers are the integer numbers. So we will give here the integer values. The slice contains the substring beginning at position start and run up to end, but doesn't include the position end. Because end position, if we are writing, so end means 4, 0 to 3 if you want like this one. If you write here 0 to 4, that means the complete string you are getting. For the complete string directly, we can write the str1. No need to extract it. Okay, so that's why we are considering here starting position to the one lesser to n. See here, this slicing operation, how we can perform the same example I have taken here. This is my one greet variable which contain the hello Bob, and these positions we have defined here like the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which contain the individual characters. And you can see here, greet 0, colon 3. So 0 is my starting point, and this 3 is my end point. So this starting point, this end point. So 0 up to 3 we have to move. So this end point will not be coming in the result. N minus 1 as we have seen in the last one. So one value lesser to that will come. We start from the 0 and up to 3. So it is giving me HEL means 0, 1 and 2. Similarly, if we start from 5 to 9, so it will give the fifth position doesn't have any of the value because this is a space. So see here, the one space is also there. You can see this one. Space is also there. The one space is coming. After that, 5 to 9. 5 is my start point. 9 is my end point. So 9 point means 1 minus 1. So from this place, BOB up to 8, one space and BOB is coming here. Now see here, we are just giving the ending point because we are following a colon and end. No starting points. No starting point. That means from initial. If we are missing or we are not giving the initial value in a starting point, so what will it consider? It automatically start with the first place, 0th indexing up to the end one. So I have written here the colon 5, that means no starting point. So starting point from this place up to 5th we have to move. Up to 5th means 4th one. So it is giving me the hello. Another option is the opposite one. We are just giving the 5 colon no ending point. So it will start from the 5th place up to the end of the string. So up to the end of the string like this, space then BOB. So we can miss any of the value, either of these two. Also, we can miss both the values. Like see here in this example, you can see neither I have passed here the starting or I have given the ending point. So in this case, starting point it will consider as the start one, 0th position, and end point it will consider as the last one. So in this case, you can see the whole string which we have stored hello Bob that is coming on the my result output. So these options is known as the slicing. We are making the slice of that particular string. So for that we have to use the colon in between and two values we have to pass, either start and end. And if you do not have any of the values, so we can stop it here. If either expression is missing, as we have seen the previous example, like colon 5, just this one. So that means the starting point I have missed, ending point I have given. Second option is like 2, only like this. The starting point I have given, ending point I have not given. If any of the expression missing, either expression, then the start or the end of the string are used. By default, it will move to the next one. Okay, like in this first case, ending point I have given 5. So starting point by default, it will take from the 0. In the similar second case, I started from the second one. Last I have not given. So whatever the value of n minus 1 in your string, suppose we have the str1 equals to some string. So we can find the n equals to length of this particular string. So we have the function len. It will give the length. So n minus 1, because the length means it is counting the all values. Okay, like hello. So it will give me the 5. But the indexing start from the 0. That's why I have written here the n minus 1. Then we have the operation concatenation. So for the concatenation, we can use the plus operator, two string together using plus. And another operation we have, which is known as the repetition. For the repetition, we can use the star. It builds up a string by multiplying concatenation of a string with itself. Suppose any of these string we have written like hello, this is my string, multiply by 3, like this. So what will be the multiplication? It will multiply with itself. So like hello one time, hello second time, and hello three time. So this is the known as a repetition. That's why we have written here the repetition operation. So for repetition, multiplication symbol is used, or for plus, we use the concatenation, we use the plus. So for concatenation, like hello plus hi, these two things. So it will combine together and hello I will be there, like this. The plus as well as star, we have two operators to perform operations on the string. You see here the example. The function len will return the length of a string. So like two strings we have, one is span and one is x, like this. Both these strings, what we are doing here, we are concatenating it. Concate. So plus operator I have used here, the for the concatenation. So this result you can see both are coming together. In the second example, three strings span and x. See here, three strings I have. Again, I'm using the plus operator for concatenation. So the results is coming like span and x. Combine this one. Even this can be performed on the variables also. Like we have seen in the earlier example, in the first variable I stored the span and the y variable I stored the x, like this. And if I perform x plus y, so the result will be same. Span x, like this. You can see. So this was the example of concatenation. Now this is repetition. Second one we have seen 3 multiplied by this string span. So you can see 1, 2, and the 3 times it is coming together. The repetition. The multiplication may be in the any of the side. It's not matter. Either first we have written 3 into or last we have written 5 into. String either may be in the left side or either may be on the right hand side. In the example, first we have written the string and the multiplication of 5 times. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times it is given. Now see, both we are combining together, concatenation as well as the repetition. So see here, this is one multiplication. That means one repetition operator. 3 into span and x into 5, and both are coming together by the concatenation. So see here, this 3 times spam this one, then 5 times x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and they are coming together. So how they are joining? By using this plus operator, which is the concatenation. So both operators can be applied together as well. If we want to get any length of the any particular string, so we can use the length function. So len span, so it is giving me the 4 because the 4 characters it have, 3 and 4. If len equals to hello India, if I write like this, so space is also counted here. So in this case, suppose I'm starting from here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 character this, 6th character this, and India, what are the characters? So space is also counted when the length operator is used. So now we can see single characters if we are counting here. So we can do for ch in span. This is one string I'm passing here in the for loop. So what it will do, first it extract the s in ch and it is ending here. If and it was to, I will not include here. If I simply write here the print ch, so what it will print like this, spam, single character at a time. Okay, but if the character I'm combining together, so the space they are making and equals to space, this space is removing and they are combining, so that the result is coming in this form. So first character s is stored in ch, that is printed. The next loop move to p and p will be printed, then a m exclamatory symbol. So this can be printed through the loop as well. So as of now we have seen the operators. First operator was the plus, that can be used or can be applied on the string for the concatenation purpose. Concatenation means the joining of a string, multiple strings. Then star operator we have seen for the repetition. The repetition is just, we can say, the multiplying a particular number and repeating the same string. Then the indexing we have seen. So indexing can be done by this braces. On that we can pass a particular integer number and that told about the position of that particular character. Then we have seen the slicing. Slicing means we can extract the group of characters from a larger string. For that we have to use this syntax. After string we will pass the start and the end position. The length function is used to calculate the number of characters available inside the string, including the spaces. Then we can use the apply a repetition or the looping statement also, iteration through the characters. That means one character at a time, the next character, and so on. Now, if you want to process a string, how we can do that? So suppose sometimes we are storing the username, first name, as well as the last name on the computer. So for that first initial of any name and any number you can take, I've taken here the first initial as well as the first 7 characters of the last name. If any name you are writing, for example, I'm writing that my name is Krishna and his last name, suppose I'm writing Kumar here. So I want this first name from the first name and this complete name, 7 characters. If 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is this, if more than that, so it will take only the 7 characters from starting on. So we can do that. How? Like this get users first and last name I've taken from the user input. So first variable I have defined here using the input function. I have given this message which will be appear on the screen. Please enter your first name. And either we can take the lower character and uppercase, that doesn't matter. In this case, I'm just asking for this lowercase. So this message will be printed on the screen from where we will type something here, like this information we have given. After that, again, we are getting a last as an input. Please enter your last name. So 2 values or 2 strings we have stored here. So this is like the first and this is like the last. And what we are doing here, we are concatenating first initial with 7 characters of last name. So you name one variable I have created here, the first 0, because as we have seen, the indexing of the first one will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So first character like this K we are getting from this place, K will become here. And last 0, this is the starting position, this is the ending position. The starting position we have not given. It means that it is always start from the 0. And this 7th position is up to 6th position we have to give because the n minus 1 is there. Okay. So 0 to 7, like this first 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be printed like this. This is the output. If it is the lesser number, because 5 only containing the last name is the 5 character, it has the more characters, so it extracts 0 to 6th indexing. That means the second 7th characters. So output should be displayed this way. Now, the string can be used as a list as well as the sequences. In terms of that, strings are really a special kind of sequences. So these operations also apply to sequences. Sequences is also what? It is a group of elements or items. So here you can see this is one list example I have mentioned. 1, 2 strings are written, lists are written in this braces. So 1, 2 is what? One list I have created here. Another list is 3, 4. And on the list, I'm applying here the concatenation operation. So both the lists are combining together. And one list is coming here, which is containing the elements from first as well as the second list. I have one more list here in which 2 elements are there, 1, 2, and I'm applying here the repetition operator. Repetition. So 1, 2 multiply by 3. So as we have seen, suppose we have the string hello, we are multiplying with the 3. So it will be printed hello, hello, hello 3 times. Okay, so this is a repetition. In the same way, if we are passing here 1 and 2 and multiplying by 3, so what will be the output? It will multiply with each of the element. So 1, 2, this is 1 time, 1, 2 second time, 1, 2 third time. Same thing. So you can see here the output. 3 times we are getting 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Another example we can see the grades equals to A, B, C, D, F we have created here. This is again the list. And from the list we are extracting grades 0. So 0 means this A element we are getting. 2 to 4, again the same. Index number 0, 1, 2, 3, sorry, 4. So we are starting from the second position up to 4. 4 means n minus 1 we have to go here. So it is giving me C and D. And if you want to compute the length of grades, so it is giving me 5 because it's contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. So in this example, we are using list as a string. Or we can say we are applying the string operations on the list. As we have seen the operation star, plus, and this slicing, this is the slice, this is the length operation. So these string functions we are applying on the list. That is possible. Strings are always sequence of characters. That means the number of characters can be stored in the string, but list can be sequence of arbitrary values. In the list, elements are stored something like this with the comma. Like first item number 1, item number 2, item number 3, item number 4. And also these items can be different data types. Like first one is integer, second is string, third one is some other data types. That is also possible. So list can have numbers, string, or both. See here. So this is one example, one spam for you, which is containing the number as well as the string, then again number, again string. So this is for the list. Now it can be used as a string, as in we have seen in the earlier example. So like we want to apply here the slicing operation, so we can do that, like print my list like this. See here, in starting position I have not given up to 2 positions, so it will give 0 as well as 1. So 1 comma span, this is in my output. So any operation we can apply on the list. We can make a list of months. So this is an example we are making here. So like one variable I have created, months, and on that, this list elements. These are my items. All are containing the 12 name of months, January, February up to December. To get the months out of the sequence to this, what we can do? Suppose month abbreviation I want to get. So what I have to pass here? N minus 1. Okay, whatever the number. For example, if I give here 6. So 6 is what? N is minus whatever the number is n we are giving, 6 minus 1. That means the fifth position we have to get. How? Because this is starting with a 0. This 1, this 2, this 3, this 4, 5, 6, and so on. So I want what is the number, or what is the month for sixth number? 6 number I have given. So we know 6 means July. 6 means sorry, something missing. Yes, 6 means June. So in this case, what will we do? 6 minus 1 and minus 1, because the indexing is started with the 0. So in this case, fifth element we have to get here. Okay, so fifth element is what? June. See, we have created here the complete example. A program to print the month name given its number. So we have to pass the number, and based on that, the system or this Python program will provide the specific name of month. So what we have done here, we have defined one function. Def keyword we have used. The name of function here we have given name. Any name you can give, but here I'm using the name. And months is list user lookup table. So in this variable, the list is created with the 12 months. And what we are doing here, input, enter a month number between 1 to 12. Okay, so 1 to 12, any number we can pass here. Suppose the user is passing 11, so that number is stored in the and. So the eval function, this is a string, and it is converting as a numerical. Evaluation function also perform the evaluation, converting the numbers. So now this n contains the 11. So the month abbreviation is, what is that? Months n minus 1. Okay, so 11 minus 1, 10th position element I have to be printed here. So 10th position will be, we are starting from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So it will give me the month name is what? November. Okay, N-O-V. So which I know, which I want, because 11 I am passing. So corresponding lookup value is what? November. So we can get it this. And this is the function call. So in this, see the same thing, the example, something different we have written here. In the earlier example, you can see this list I have created in a single line. But sometimes if we have the larger number of elements and which are not coming in a single line, so you can write in the next line also. So just to start here, so automatically you press the enter and the next line. So here the dot 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 options will be there. So now these variables are considering here. Okay. Since the list is index starting from 0, the n minus 1 calculation is straightforward. Okay. In the previous one, what we have done, just we have taken here the short form of the all months. So even we can write the complete form. So like full name of the month. So that is also possible. The lists are mutable. Here we are talking about the list. Mutable means we can update, we can change the elements which is stored in that particular variable. Okay, meaning they can be changeable. But string cannot. Okay, string, we cannot change the meaning. One more data type, you should know that is tuple. Tuple also have the immutable data type. That means when you have stored a complete information inside that, you cannot update it. Just you have to, what you have to do, you have to delete it. So this one list we have created, like see here, my list 34, 26, 15, 4 elements of 4 items I have stored inside that. And I'm taking the second element, the 0, 1, 2, the index based on this indexing, 15 it is printing. Now I'm trying to change it. See here, my list 2 equals to 0. Okay, so on the second position, it was 15. Now what I have done, it is 0. So this 15 is replaced by what? 0. And I'm printing my list again. You can see 34, 26, 0, and 10. So this element is updated. How it is updated? Because we have seen the definition of list are mutable, means they can be changed. So items can be changed. That is possible here. This is one thing up to here. Now see the second scenario. My string goes to hello world. Okay, so in the string, I'm storing this hello world. So again, this indexing start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 is space, and word is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So these are my indexing. And what I have, same operation I apply here, my string second position. The second position is containing the L, so it is giving me L. Now I want to update it as we have updated here in this one list. So what I have done here, my string in the second position, I want to update the P. Okay, second position earlier it was the L. Now I think I have to update this L with the P. So when I'm applying this operation, it is giving me error. See here. What is the error? Object doesn't support item assignment. Which one? This one. My string 2 equals to P. It is not possible. Why it is not possible? Just we have seen string cannot be changed. Okay. That means when you have stored any of the element in a particular string, we cannot update the items. But in the list, we can update it. Inside the computers, string are represented a sequence of ones and zeros. So as you know, in the whatever information we have, irrespective of the Python or the programming language, any of the softwares you are using, any of the programming language you are using, so any information stored in the computer in the only 0 and 1 forms. And the 0 is on or off. Also, we can see in the signal forms, all the information are stored. So a string is stored as a sequence of binary numbers. Okay, so binary numbers means either it will be a 0 or 1 form. So the combination of, like I have written 110. So this 110 is the combination of binary digits. So binary means 2. So only 2 digits are possible, either 1 or 0. So similarly, whatever the information, suppose I have written here the hello in str equals to hello. So this hello will be converted to the binary format. So binary format means in the form of 010101, because this H is in the 0th position. So H is corresponding, it has some binary values, and that will be stored in the system. A string is stored as a sequence of binary numbers, 1 number per character. Okay, 1 number per character, which is also known as the ASCII value. It doesn't matter what value is assigned as long as it is done constantly. Okay, because the computer automatically performs this operation. We do not do, we don't have to perform, or we don't have to write any of the code regarding this. What we do, we just use this particular variables, and in the system automatically these things will be stored. So in the early days, the computers, each manufacturers use their own encoding. Like the computers are created by the different ones, so they are storing these all things. Just a minute. But now these days, they all are manufacturers following the same system, which is known as the ASCII, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. And Python also supports multiple characters, which is available for storing it. So how actually it does, you can see in this example. The ORD function, we have this ordinal function. returns the numerical code for single character. Any character you will pass, and it has the corresponding ASCII value. Like you can see, ordinary ORD function of capital A. So whenever we write the capital A, its corresponding value or ASCII value is 65. So the system is storing this 65 in the form of 1010. So 65 will be converted to the binary values and that will be stored. Similarly, the ASCII value of a small a is 97. So two examples I have mentioned here. So based on that, capital A is having 65 ASCII value. So the capital B will be definitely 66, C 67. This number is goes up to 102. And small a indexing started from ASCII value started from 97. The small b will be 98, 99, and so on. And the opposite also we have. If we are passing any of the particular numbers, so corresponding what is the character is coming, for that we have the CHR function. It converts the numerical code to the corresponding character. So CHR function we have written and the 97. So 97 ASCII value is representing to small a. Similarly, CHR 65 we have written to is representing to capital A. So all the characters which you can see on the keyboards like 0 to 9 numbers, A to Z, small a to Z, and the special symbols, they all having the specific ASCII value, and that is the unique in all the systems. There are some methods, as we have seen, how we can store the strings, how we can take the slicing and different repetition and concatenation we have performed. Now we have some methods that can be applied on these strings. So first method, as we see, capitalize. If sometimes we have the need to convert all the string characters in the capital letters, so we can do that. So the copy of S with only the first character capitalize. So while we are applying this capitalize function, so you can see the example also I have mentioned here. I have one variable S, on that I have given the good morning, and just first letter I want to capitalize. So function will be used like this, as dot capitalize. So the output is given in the last row. Good mornings. Okay, the only G is capitalized, remaining all is same. Second method we have the as title. So title is what it is giving, each word is capitalizing. Okay, so multiple words we have like this here, the good and morning, two words, and I'm applying this function on this particular string. So it is giving me G is capital, M is capital. So this two words is capitalized. As next one is the center. So the center function takes one argument as a width. So width means the total number of space on which this particular information has to be printed. Okay, like center is as field is given width. Like you can see the example. One information is good morning, I have stored in variable as dot center 20. So I have fixed the 20 characters to print my string. You can see it from this place. Some characters are from here. Some characters are from here. And in this 20 space which I have created for printing this message, this information will be printed on the middle or the center one. So few spaces are on the left, few spaces are on the right hand side. We have some function counted. Count the number of occurrences of a particular information. Like in the good morning, I want to count how many times O is coming. What is the occurrence of O here? So S dot count O. So you can see this 3 times it is coming. So it is O, and this O. So it counts the number of occurrences. Similarly, find a substring can be found from here. So like in what position this number is stored. Find the first position where the substrings occur. So like in the good morning, I have given them the D. So first D is like this place. So what is the place? Index number 0, index number 1, index number 2, index number 3. So it gives the index number, which is this 3. Similarly, we have the join function. So join combine two strings like S dot join or S2 we will pass over, the output will be combined together. S dot L justified. So like center we have seen in the previous slide. So it's left justified. The same thing in the that was the center. So the message was printed on the center. Now the message, this particular information printed from the left justified. So the blank spaces on the right hand side. Similarly, we have the R justified function. So on that case, this information will be started from here, and the blank space is on the left hand side. We have some other operations like lowercase. If you want to print lowercase all the message, so we can use the function lower. Similarly, upper, I have taken here the example of upper. S dot upper, just when we write, so it will completely print of the upper cases. If we write the is lower one, so it will print in the lower. Doesn't matter if it is already in the lower, so it will be remain the same. S dot I'll strip copy S with leading white spaces removed. So it will remove all the white spaces, mean the blank spaces, which is like the in between there is a space good and morning. So the combined good morning will be there. We can replace some of the content from the new one. So like you can see here, the good and hello we have passed here. So S dot replace good with the hello. So instead of good, it is printing the hello morning. Then the function is R strip copy of S with trailing white space removed. You can see here, like white, these are the spaces I have given in my message. Hello, then after this, some of these spaces, 10 to 20 spaces. I want to remove these all spaces, so the function is R strip. So S1 dot R strip, so all these spaces will be removed. Similarly, split function we have, if you want to split the information so based on certain substring. Certain substring I have given, this is string, one information I have stored in the variable S1. Then S1 dot split based on is. So any character, single character or any substring we can pass based on that it will string. So wherever is will become, it will substring. So like you can see this, so th only here. Then is remove this, so only the space is here. Then this string like this. So this is splitting on based on this particular information. Now, input output as string manipulation. Often we need to do some string operation to prepare our string data for output. So like, suppose this information I have given 5/24/2023, and I want to convert or I want to print in this form May 2023. So how we can do? So as we have seen in the previous examples, like this 5 is represented to the month. So we have the corresponding lookup table. So we will create these 5 representing to May, that will be converted. 24 is the date we will convert it. 2023 as the numbers, and we will remove by this slashes. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to bifurcate or we have to extract the content from this one. That one date we have passed, out of that we will extract first this 05, then this and this 3 things based on this slash operator. See the example. Input the date in DD, MMDD, Viber, any format we can take here. Then split this date into month, day, and year. Okay, so we will split it in 3 values. So for this splitting, we required 1 character, so we have this character. Then convert the month string into a month number, as we have converted earlier for the months. Use the month number to look up table, and based on that we can get and we create a new string in this form. So see the example here. The first 2 lines are specially implemented. How? We are getting an input in MMDD Viber format. So some one is passed like 28092023. So that is stored in the date string. This is my variable date str. So this information is stored here. Now I have to split these values. So how? For that month string, day string, and year string, 3 variables I'm taking here, and individual values will be stored in this. So my variable name was date string dot split function, just we have seen, and splitting based on what? This slash. So accordingly, this month str contains 28, day str contains 09, and year str contains 2023. Okay, so the date is a string and unpacked. We have unpacked it. That means 3 variables we have created, and all the variables stores specific information. Now, next information is what? We have to convert this month to numerical format. We can use the integer function month to convert 05. For example, if we have written this one, int 05 to 5, so it will give me 5. Note, eval would like work, but for the leading zeros. For example, if integer I am using here int 05, so it is giving me 5. But eval 05, so it will not perform any of the operation. It will give me error because 05 means what? Because if we pass 0, it doesn't have any meaning in front of any value. Then we create the lookup table. So how we'll do that? So for the months January, February, and December, we have created here, and month string equals to months integer month minus 1. As we have seen in the previous one, if we pass the 11 here, so it will get the 10th indexing number, and indexing number 10 contain the November. So that November will be stored now in this form. Since we start counting 0, so we will -1 we will do. Now concatenate the string. So how we concatenate? Like this. The concatenation is first variables, this month string we have created here, like November it is stored. Day string, that was the 5. And after plus what we are doing here, 2023. So the output is something like this. If you will pass 0123 2010, so the converted date is in the form of January 23 2023. Any formatting we can do there. Sometimes we want to convert a number into a string. So that is because we are passing any number like this. Now this is a string. We want to make it as a number or vice versa. So we can do that. So for 500 we are passing. So str function we have. Now this 500 is considering as a string, not the integer. Its opposite also possible. If we write int 500, so this will generate as a 500. So now this 500 is a numbers, not the string. One variable I have taken here the value 3.14 and it is converting in a string. So this float I am converting to a string. That is possible. Similarly, if you want to convert in float, so we will pass here 3.14. So it will be 3.14 as a float value. If the value is a string, we can concatenate a period onto the end of it. Like we want to full stop here. So we can do that. The value 3.14 value plus this one. So it is generating error. Why? Because it is not a string. Okay. It is a float value. If it will be value equals to, if we write in this way 3.14 in the either single quotation or double quotation, then this operator can be work. So for the conversion, what we have seen some operations like float. We can convert an expression to a floating point. Expression may be your string. Similarly, if you want to convert any of these string or expression into integer, we have the function int. If we want to convert to any of the number, float values in a string, so we have the function str and the evaluation of string. It evaluates an expression. Now the next thing is formatting. Formatting is related to display. What kind of result or what kind of output we want to display here. So %d is used for integer values. As we have seen in many languages, this is mostly used for displaying the numbers. So how a value I'm taking from the keyboard, input integer value. So whatever the value we have given here, 20 suppose I have passed here. So I want to print here. So see the integer value is %d I'm using here. So it will print in the form of numbers. And after that, we have to use here the % symbol with the variable. In other languages, which you know, either C or C++, so we have to write like this, comma, this one. Okay, but this Python having the different syntax, we have to use the % symbol with the particular variable. So then it will print as a integer. Similarly, we have the float. So if you want to print any of the float value, we will use the %f symbol instead of %d and the same pattern, % variable name. So it will print like this. And here, after floating, you can see the 253 and 000. It is printing additional 6 decimal values it prints. We can reduce it by using the function like this, %.size of f. How many values you want after decimal, we can do that. If you see the example, if we are using the %f with a, so it is giving 12.46 values after decimal. But after %.2f, so only 2 values will be printed with the values. So this is also possible. You can see %s, as we have seen the %d for integer value, %f for the float value. Now we have the %s for the string value. We want to print any of the variables string value in between the quotations. So we can use here the %s. See, in the variable str, I have stored in the Python as a string, and %s is used to print that particular variable's value. So instead here after 2 comma, what we have to print %s. So the same syntax, % and the name of variable. So it will print the Python here. One more function we have here in the Python, which is known as the format. Either we have seen the previous one, %d, %f, %f. These we can do, but specifically if and particular places we want to print the value. So the format function is available here. Like this is my example, my name is. In this place, I want to print a value of any variable. And I want to print some values here in this place. So for that, what we have to do, curly braces we will write here. And after completion of this string, we have the function this dot format. So dot format, and what are the name of variables? So as two curly braces I have used here. So first name is corresponding to this first curly braces. Another one is corresponding to this particular second curly braces. So when the output will become here, so my name is, you can, when we printed this variable, you can see my name is the first John, which is coming from the variable one name. And I am, after that, again, the second value is coming, this 30, which is from the variable age in this place. So in this, by using this format method, what we can do, we can insert any of the variables value in between a string, because this is complete string we have written inside these double quotes or single quotes the string. In between, if you want to fix or you want to append any of the variables value, so the curly braces are used. Variable we want, we will put the curly braces, and accordingly we will pass the number of arguments from here. If any of the argument is lesser, it will generate an error. See here, one more example. Phone is my string and price is one floating value, and I want here one value, the 0, like this product, and the cost after dollar I want to print 1 to 2, like this you can see first colon dot 2, so 2 characters after the decimal we have written here these values. If there is no value, so it will print the 0. Okay, 0 we have taken, that means if no value, so 0 is coming here. Okay, so two ways. 0 means it is representing this first one, this one is representing to second one. If we have the third, so we can write here 3 values. In this way we can do that. As the strings we have seen, so string can also be stored in the files, because after programming, if we are creating any of the data, and that data has to be stored in the files, because the files are the permanent storage in the computer. So how we can do that? That is also possible. So file is a sequence of data that is stored in the secondary memory. So the secondary memory is what here? Hard disk. And the drive we can store any value. The file may contain any data, but it is easier to work with the text. File usually contain more than one line of the text, like 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines we have written here, which may contain the new line also. Like hello we have written here, hi we have written. So /n also has to be stored in the file. So how? See here. Python uses the standard new line character /n to mark new line. So when this hello will be stored, after that this /line will be stored, and the continue hi. This /line is saying that the new line is in this place. See the example. If 2 lines we have hello and word or goodbye 32. So when we storing, so how we store hello, then /n for changing the line, then the next word then again 2 lines, one blank line. So for that 2 /n we have written, then goodbye 32, then again one new line. Okay, so in file we will store something like this. So multiple lines, how the multiple? This is exactly the same thing, embedding /n in print statement. These special characters only affect things when printed. They don't anything during the evaluation. Okay, so now we have seen the strings. The second portion is the regular expression. So regular expression also mostly works on the data which is available with us either in the form of list, either in the form of text or in the string. It is mostly used to search something from the available strings. So as you can see, it is a powerful language for matching text patterns. So if you have any of the patterns we want to extract or we want to search from the available variables, so we can apply the regular expressions. So most of the works are searching, replacing, and parsing. Parsing means bifurcating. Most of the modern languages have the similar library package. So like Python also have the RE module. As we have seen the module, predefined modules. So one, we have seen the OS module, we have seen the math module. Similarly, we have the RE module, which is for the regular expression. Regular expressions, there are some features. It's used to construct compiler, interpreter, and text editor. Mostly it is used in the for making any compiler, if any user wants to make a compiler, interpreter, editor. So for that, this facilities is required. As you can see, or you have imaging while you are using the MS Word or WordPad. So there are options for search. So we have to press the Control F where you can type some of the words that would be matched. Whenever it is matched, the highlighted. Okay, so that is possible through the regular expressions. So how we do the regular expression? It search a string with the matching. It can replace or it can split the characters or the strings. It finds something from your available information. So in the Python, we have to import this RE module for regular expression. But before applying regular expression, we have to know about the basics of regular expressions, how we can create the patterns, how we can apply the searching. So there are different operators which have some meanings, like we are using the pipe symbols, which is the alternative. Just example I will demonstrate in the coming slides. Parenthesis is used for the grouping. The question mark, star, plus, and the curly braces is known as the quantifications. And these symbols are caret and dollar is known as the anchors, like the caret is for the start of the string, dollar is for the end of the string, and there are some meta characters. This all will be demonstrated in the coming slides. So see here the one example. Then we see how we can use the regular expressions in the Python. Suppose we need to find an email address in a web page. So how we will do that? So email address is containing in the multiple things. So how do we recognize email address? So like someone has given telling you, hey, this is my email address. So how can you understand? So for that, because you can see there is the @ symbol, there is the dot symbol, there is some com or in or this kind of name is given. So based on that, you can identify the but system, how the system will know this particular given information is containing or representing to the email address. So the email address consists of a user ID. After that, we have the @ symbol. Then we have the host name. As I told you, like abc@gmail.com. Okay, so this ABC, the ID, that the symbol is what? @ that gmail.com is the host name. So any name is there. So based on that, the regular expression won't work. A regular expression, a formal way of describing a string pattern. It consists of the character as well as the operators. As we have seen the previous examples, there are different operators like this operators, the alternative, grouping, quantifiers, anchors. So these are the operators has to be used with the characters. It has each and every operator is having some meaning, specific meaning. Like if we are writing dot, so it matches any character except new line. Any of the characters, suppose if I written A dot B, so in between A and B, any of the characters coming, it will match. Star again matches 0 or more repetitions. It is for the repetition, as we have seen. Like you can see the example, AB star we have written here. So the star matches 0 or more repetition of B, not AB. B means because it is coming after B. So it's say it can match A, it can match A, B, B, something like A, B, B, B. So multiple times B is coming. So it will matching this. Plus matches one or more repetition of the regular expression immediately proceeding in. Like if I write AB plus here, so the AB, after that again AB, so it will match it. Question mark for 0 and 1 repetition. This all is having the specific meanings. I will demonstrate by the example here. Now see some of the example, how the regular expression works. Like I want to search Python or small letters, P in small Python. So what kind of operator is required? Like this, see here. Capital P or small p, inside the braces I will write. So, and after that, the YTHON. So either small Python, small p, or either capital P, it will match both. Suppose inside this braces, if I written here the vowels A, E, I, O, U, so it will match any of the available vowel with your string. For digit matching, we can use the 0 to 9. For small letters matching, we can use the A to Z or capital A to Z. Similarly, if you want to match any of the lowercase, uppercase, or digits, so we can combine these three, A to Z, capital A to Z, 0 to 9. If inside the braces, if I'm writing the caret, so matches anything other than the lower, it is for the except one. whatever the characters we have written here, except this, it will matches. Similarly, the character I'm using here with 0 to 9, so except 0 to 9. That means anything other than the digit. So if we use these two symbols in front of that in this braces, so it will change the meaning. Slash D3 matches exactly 3 digits. Okay, inside the curly braces, if I are writing any of the numbers 3, so it will match for the 3 digits. Here 3 comma 3 or more digits, we can write 3 comma, so it will match 3 or more digits. 3 to 5, so it will match 3 up to 5. This is the ending position. These are some operators. As we have seen, dot is for the any characters except new line. Slash D is used for the numbers. D is for non-digits. Because either you can use this format slash caret 0 to 9, or we can use the slash D directly. So it will match. S is for the white spaces. White spaces means the slash D tab. We are giving the new line or these all things. So see some example here. Like in the regular expression, if I am giving the best, so it will match the complete word match. But if we are using here the dot, see here, the BE dot T. So in the dot place, as we have seen, it matches the single character. So any of the single characters like here, S, here, L, E, any of the single character. This one, any of the single characters coming here, either space is also here, it will match to this one. Star we have seen, BT, just a preceding 0 or more occurrences for the star we can use. So 0 occurrences of the T or 1 occurrences, it is with the preceding one. Okay, so ET. So E is not there. Either E and T, so that means again 0, double E, anything is coming here, triple E, 4E, 4E, whatever the numbers. It is repetition for this E only. Similarly, this plus is for concatenation. So BET 0, B double E, so 1, triple, 4, and so on. Question mark is for single one. So single characters with this preceding. 0 means bit, and this way. In this way, we can apply the regular expression. Some more examples you can see here. As we have seen this braces. So BE, inside the braces, we have written here the LS and T. So the first two characters will be B and E, and the last character will be T. Inside the character, if L and S is coming, so it will match. Like you can see here, this L is coming, so it is matching. S is coming to matching. If any of the characters B, E, and T, suppose P, so it will not match. Okay. When you apply this regular expression, you want to match with this character, it will not work. BE, we have given here the range L to O. So L, M, N, O. Anyone is coming. L, M, N, O. It is matching. Other than this, B, E, P, T, so it will not match. Similarly, here we are given A to C and X to Z. If any of the character is coming between that, it will match. The character, as we have seen, except. So BE 0 to 9 T. So except 0 to 9, like, but not 4. Okay, so we have seen any of the digit is coming. This is for the except. So BE on the starting, T on the last, and 0 to 9 characters is if coming, so it will not match. Other it will match. Similarly, except X, Y, Z, any of the character is coming, it will match. It will match. But X is coming, Y is coming, Z is coming, it will not match. Similarly, A to Z, small or capital, it is coming here after B and T, it will not match. See, X is axiomatic, it is match. 5 it will match. Space it will match. But A is coming here, so it will not match. This is known as the alternate. Alternate, like hello or hello. Both, if you are matching either small or capitals, which is just say the or operator. So or means this or that. So A plus or B plus, any of the occurrence of A or any of the occurrence of B. So like A single is coming, it is matching double A, double B, triple 4, and so on. AB plus, BA plus, so in any of the sequence, either A is coming first or B is coming first. This we have seen already. We have some of the examples, like you can see here. Alternative, we are cat or mat. So either you can use the cat or mat, so it will match. Similarly, Python or JYTHON, it will match any of the. For the grouping, we are using this parenthesis. So G, R, and Y, these are the compulsory characters in between either E come or either A come. So either gray or gray. These both will be matched. Any other character is coming, it will not match like this one. So it will not match. Similarly, R, A, M, I, L, N. So R is compulsory here first, and this M, I, L, N, any of this one or this one. So we can make the combinations of that. The quantifiers we have, the question mark is 0 or 1. So in this case, I question mark. So here you can see I 0 character, 0 or L. In this way, it can be matched. 0 or more characters, we have the star here. So F, after that, single 0 characters. So F, O, T, similarly double, triple, and 4. Similarly, 9, 4. Here you can see star and 9, so double 9. 0 characters means only this one. This is removed from here. Then first character, second character will be same. Others, any number of any occurrence of the 4. You can see here. Or plus one or more of the preceding elements. Like here you can see 2 and Fn. So Fn is this, or this will be matched. Any occurrence of the TOOFN. 3, 6, 6 plus and 4 zeros compulsory. The 4 zeros compulsory is any number of 6 is matching here. M to N times, like GO 2 to 3 times. This is starting point. This is the ending point. So like Google and G, any number of O occurrences of the O. 6, 3 we have given, so 3 times it will match. 4 times if you give, it will not match. As 2 to any number, because the last one we have missed here. Now this caret is for object, OBJ, the object or object will be matched in this. 2024, 204, any places 204 will be matched. Dollar is for the terminator, the ending point. So it should be end with the gram, like it is ending with the gram, ending with the gram, ending with the 2014, this one. Okay, so caret is for the starting point, this is for the ending one. Dot for single character, so like bet or bets, any single characters will become here. Dot 1, so you can see here, 887, any single character will be on this place. It matches a single character that is contained within the braces. If I write here XYZ, so either X, either Y, either Z, or any of this, any of the vowel. If we are writing the numbers here, so any of the digits. This is for A to C, either A, either B, or A to C. Similarly, A to Z, capital A to Z, all digits you can use this one. It matches a single character that is not contained within. Okay, yes, we have seen the caret inside the braces used for the Excel. So other than vowels, it can match. Other than digit, it can match. Other than XYZ, it can match. So this is the summary as we have seen here. Now, how we can apply these things? As we have seen, there are multiple functions available for the regular expression in the Python. So how we can use it? So we have the module name is RE. The regular expressions are compiled into patterns object, while methods for various operations such as searching for the pattern, performing string substitution, and so on. So how we can do? See here, first we have to import the RE module, then RE compile with any of the patterns we have to give in here, like AB star. So any occurrence, 0 or more occurrence of V, it will match. And we are using here ignore case, so either a small letter or the capital letters. So we have these 4 functions: compile, find all, find iteration, and split. To see one by one, we can see here. Like first we have imported the RE module for the regular expression. Then we compile to create a regular expression, like P is my variable. On that RE compile A to E. Okay, so A to E means A, B, C, D, and E. All are coming here. Then I want to find it. The function I have used here, P is my regular expression I have created in P. P dot find all function, and this string I have passed here. Okay, so it will apply or it will match with this one. So if A, B, C, D, E is coming in this particular given string, then it will match. Like E is coming here, so you can see E it is giving. A is coming here, so A is giving, and again we have here E, so it is giving here. Other than this, any character is coming, so it is ignoring. So we can find here any of the characters with the find all function. So the find all function return a list containing all matches. The number of matches it will give in the form of string in the list. See here that A1 text I have taken here like this. The rain in Spain. Okay, and what I want to find, this AI in this txt string. So this AI is matching here, AI is matching here. Okay, so it will give AI and AI 2 times. Again, we have the find iteration function. Earlier was the find all. Now the iteration format also we can use. So for that, this is the syntax RE, regular expression, then find iteration. We have to give here the pattern, then the string and the flags. See the example here. Firstly, we have imported this regular expression module, then one string Python programming I have written, and pattern AEOUI. So the vowels I'm taking here, and for the matching RE, sorry, find iteration, this pattern here, and this string I'm passing here. So it will find all of the occurrences of these vowels inside this particular string. And that iteration we are using here, so iteration will be in a one at a time. So that has to be printed through the loop. So match in the matches, this how many matches is there, means findings are there, that will be printed one by one. So see here, the first match O, and that 4 to 5 position. So this O, this O, this A, this I. Okay, so whatever the matching is there, they all are printing. Next function is the split. This return the list where the string has been split at each match. Okay, so like how we can split it. So slash s we are using here in this one. So slash s is for the white spaces as we have seen in the earlier example. So like this white space here, white space here, white space here. So we are applying on that. So see here, the, then rain, then in, then spin. Single elements are coming based on the this particular slash s. Even anyone we can apply here. If I write here the vowels, so based on the vowel, it can split the contents. So this is all about the string as well as the regular expressions. Now, if you have any of the questions, we can discuss here.
Sir, please share the slides for us.
Sure. I will share with the sir. You can take from him.
Okay, sir. Thank you.